Hey, what's going on YouTube? Mr. Football here, and today I'm going to have a Chalk Talk session with you guys. So we're going to do this and maybe a couple of series of videos where I just talk about football and kind of understanding football in a different way, coming from a coach, so I can give you guys all kinds of help on blocking schemes and defense and understanding about any part of the game. So, you guys are always welcome to leave suggestions on new things I should try and maybe make videos on. You might see your video being made, but we're going to talk about just a base one to start off here, and we're going to talk about how to block zone. And so we're going to talk about how to block specifically inside zone. I'm going to talk about the counting system, and this is a very common thing that coaches will implement is a counting system for players to assure that you have from the start of the play who's going to block who. And essentially what we do is we start with the center. And the center is responsible for what we consider as zero. Who's the first man? If we're going to the right, whoever is the first defensive player to the right, he's blocking him. He's number zero. He calls him out. If his number is 55, hey, number 55 is the zero. Number 55 is the Mike. Normally it's a linebacker that he's going for. If he's got a head up nose, he's going to block him, and that's the zero. And then the guards are both responsible for the next guy outside. We call that as one. Okay, so the center has zero. The guards have one. Usually it's a defensive tackle. So the next spot that we look at is tackle. He's responsible for the number two. Usually it's a defensive end, a linebacker possibly on the backside. So those are just like some examples. And if we include the tight end, he'll be a third man in the blocking scheme. So he would be responsible for three, and so on and so forth. But that's just a simple way to block inside zone. So I'm going to show you some diagrams here and show you how all this fits in. All right, so here we go. So we've got just a basic formation drawn up here. The defense is in an even front, and right now we're going to block up inside zone to the right. So first off, when we look here, our center, he's responsible for zero. There's the Mike. The guard, he's going to be responsible there for the tackle. Depending on what happens right here, we may want our tackle to kind of reach that end and try to hook him. And we want our Y or our tight end to try to reach for possibly an outside backer outside the scheme. On the backside, the guard still has one. So the one to him is that nose. And then obviously our tackle, he needs to go up. And if we have another blocker in the scheme, like that fullback right there, as a sniffer back, he's able to block that. And inside zone usually has three ways that the running back can attack based on the read that he gets from the offensive line and the blocking. If it's inside zone to the right, he can bounce it out, he can bang it, or he can bend it back, depending on the scheme. So inside zone takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of time to perfect it. So it's just kind of one of those things that has to be repped, every day in practice with this. So I'm going to draw up another scheme. I'll move some players around, and we'll draw up another scheme here. We'll draw up a odd front defense, and so we'll just slide some guys around, give you guys a nice bear front. Bear front simply is where you will have a nose, and you'll have two three techniques. And I'm just walking some players down there, and they'll kind of be pretty much, if they get into this, they may have three linebackers back there. But we can still block this. And later on, I may move that F over there. So if the center's got a guy head up on him, he's got him regardless. Between your guard and tackle, you probably want to combo block to the Mike. So even though by alignment, the guard could probably go for that Mike, we want to definitely combo that tackle right there. We want to take care of him, get him out of the gap, and try to get push there, and then have one of our offensive line, whether it's the guard or the tackle, to chip off on that linebacker that's coming play side. We're still going zone to the right here. Sometimes we can have that. If they get a good seal right there, we can have that guard bounce off and take care of that. The Y, he's kind of in a tough spot here. He's got to head up. Don't ever pass up a guy head up. Get those guys blocked. That's kind of maybe inside zone isn't always the best, but it's always depends on how you block it up. Um, like I said, you may want to move that fullback, move him over here to a sniffer position. You may want to have him go ahead and lead up on that inside linebacker right there, just like that. Okay. And then, obviously everything on the backside is the same, just getting good cutoff blocks, making sure those guys aren't making plays on the backside, getting them sealed off. We want the play to go to the right, and then obviously the running back's got a couple of ways to move there, and that's really just a simple way to block it up. So I hope that helped. Hopefully it was a good understanding for you guys that were maybe new to inside zone, and just a simple blocking scheme on how to do it. So thank you guys so much for watching this. Make sure to follow my Instagram at Mr. Football Coach, and we'll see you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching.